Welcome back. Now that the city flooding is turning political, with each leader pointing to another, we speak to Kampala Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago. Lord Mayor, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Would like to know, in your view, what exactly is the problem?
Well, it doesn't require rocket science to understand this. The problem is political will on the part of the government, first of all, to finance the transformation agenda, holistically, the transformation agenda of the city. But specifically in regard to this water runoff, which you call floods. Actually, it's a misnomer to call it floods. This water runoff, it's just a simple thing. We have the Kampala Drainage Master Plan that we made in 2016, and it required 220 million US dollars. We were supposed to implement within a space of 5 years, 2016, 2021, 5 years. Unfortunately, government has never injected even a single coin. That is where the problem lies. So what we are relying on now, which is the second problem, is donor funding. That's all we are having right now. The interventions we are making is courtesy of World Bank. So right now we have a very big project, it's a grandiose, a mega project, that is Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area, which is 680 million US dollars. And the government of Uganda was meant to do counterpart funding, that is their contribution of 577 million US dollars. But up to now, they are still dilly-dallying on this. Actually, they have not honored their commitment. So we have not specifically provided for the counterparty funding as government. And therefore, the drainage channels we are supposed to fix, that is in Arukorongo and Kalidubi, that is Mayanja, are going to be now struck off the list, which is very, very unfortunate. And World Bank has said, okay, if you are not ready to provide the counterpart funding, then the money is going to be, the facility is going to be cancelled. You can imagine, the facility is there, but the government is not providing the counterpart funding, which is very, very unfortunate.
Lord Mayor, how do we move past this stage of the blame game and find a solution? If we know what is supposed to be done, how do we move from this stage to actually solving and implementing what needs to be done?
We have this great opportunity right now before us, the intervention of the World Bank. Let government honor their commitment of providing the counterpart funding to cater for the RAPs. Those are the RAP costs, the compensation of the people within the drainage corridor, within the reserve, because they cannot be evicted without compensation. The other thing is about government and NEMA specifically reining in the big tycoons who are constructing these mega or whatever structures within the wetlands. Not to just descend on poor people, the helpless riffraff, but to deal with the tycoons. For example, we have Hamis Kigund, for example. He constructed an illegal structure on Nachivubo Channel. We even got a charge sheet to prosecute him. Now it's government shielding him. So you can imagine, all these tycoons you see who have constructed the Forest Mall, those who are taking over the shores of Lake Victoria, all these ones in all these wetlands, those tycoons, they are untouchable. So it's high time we rein in against those people, the tycoons, those who are constructing those mansions within wetlands. Forget about this grandstanding by NEMA when they just descend on poor people, just as a matter of showing off that actually they are doing something, whereas not. So we need to rein in the big tycoons.
Thank you very much, Lord Mayor, and we hope we will find a final solution to the problem in Kampala. Now, moving on.